Hello, I'm Steve. Thank you for visiting the Patio Heat channel, where we provide visual concepts of infrared heating as well as tips for ideal patio comfort. Check out our patioheat.com website for sales and more information. Please tap that like button if you find this video useful, as it helps others find our channel. Now let's get heating. All right, here we have this residential application. Let's just go right into, let's go ahead and talk about, we have some fans here, we have some lighting in the ceiling, we do have a sliding door here, and they have a TV set over here. Some speakers up here, fans, and we do have a slope ceiling here. So this particular request was for possibly 3 units. They wanted 2 units on the outer edge as well as 1 flush mount. Now with a slope ceiling, we cannot flush mount a heater. It can only be surface mounted. Infratech heaters must be level at all times, and they cannot be on a slope ceiling. So there's a venting issue with regards to flush mounting. So in any case, let's go ahead and see what we can do. We'll look at the overall dimensions first of all. We have 25 feet here, and then 13-foot depth. We have a elevation here of 8.3, it might be 8.4 actually, and then 9.4 in the back over here. And the distance I have between the fans, 12 feet 9 inches from center to center, and I aligned up the lighting with that, as well as some distances they gave me, and I'm not quite sure if the distances were from the beams. There's actually a beam that comes across here exposed as well, and this wall here. Okay, let's see if there's anything else here. There might be a difference in this extra 12 inches over here versus this overhang over here, rather than the concrete pad down below. All right, turn that off, and let's go ahead and look at the first option. What I'm doing here is using 2 of the 4,000 watt slimline Infratech heaters. I place them so that they are pointed straight down to the ground at 6 inches of clearance back here, and then I changed the angle here to a 25 degree. You may have to go to a 30 degree just so that you are meeting the clearances properly. Infratech states that you can come off of a wall straight out 60 degrees down, which would be a 30 degree tilt, and I have them at 25, trying to get the ray down as close as possible to this edge over here, because I know that they are utilizing this whole distance between here and here. So same with this. We do want to watch out for that beam here. We want to make sure we're at, again, the 6 inches of clearance. Let's go ahead and turn on that clearance above. You can see that, and we're good here as well. Now you may, I'm using the OEM brackets, but you may want to bring this particular unit down a little bit further, just so that you are at the same elevation as this heater here. Looking at the clearances below, we're not impeding on the fan here, and with that previously stated clearance at 30 degrees, you can see that we are penetrating this wall here with the clearance. However, Infratech says at 30 degrees you can do that, so you might just want to review the installation instructions with regards to the slimline prior to making this decision. And everything else looks okay, even with this beam here that goes across that's exposed. I don't have it imaged here. We're not penetrating that beam here unless it's a 12-inch deep beam here. So if it's like 10-inch or 8-inch, no issue with regards to that as well. Let's go ahead and look at the footprint of heat here. So the footprint of heat, you can see we're with the heater centered at the same location as the fans, that 12-foot 9-inch, I believe it was. We're getting a good coverage just right over the seating area here. We're not reaching out to this inner edge here as well as I would like to, but we are getting a good coverage throughout this whole space here. All right, so you might also want to add that additional unit. I'm not quite sure where they're trying to get that heat added, but this might be an option here, and that would extend out some of this area as far as the warmth is concerned. Now you're not going to penetrate over here, but you're going to get a good coverage on this left side here. Manufacturer does state that you'd want to keep 3 feet distances. Now that's not a code, that's just a recommendation because there's excessive amount of overlapping here and you might be too warm right in this space here, so you might want to pull this over. I just placed it there because it looks visually, you know, appealing, I guess, more in the center than it would if it was 3 feet over. It just looked off center in my opinion. All right, another option would be to place a couple more units, and that would be placing units over here. But again, you'll see that we're missing the center of the space here, but that might not be that big of an issue for them. But you get the same coverage like you did before, same placement, center of the fan here. And you also may want to, like I said before, if you brought these heaters closer to so that the center to center is about 10 feet center to center, you're going to get some good overlapping in the middle, but it would be off-centered from the fan locations. Not quite sure if that is exactly, you know, the fans and the lighting and the recessed speakers up here, but if that would affect the visual output of it. But I'm always one that says if you're going to put some heaters in, you know, you want to heat up a whole space, do the heating properly. That way you're spending the money most effectively. So but this is what it would look like if you had centered it center at that 12'9" span. All right, well, if you're looking for some assistance with your heating application and you would like us to review your plans, please send your information to designs@patioheat.com. I'm Steve, and again, please tap that like button. We don't advertise, we don't monetize, therefore YouTube will not promote our channel unless we receive your appreciation, and we thank you for that. Have a great day.